I am Andrea with Happy Cloud Creations, and I'm jumping on today because it is week 3 of the Finish Those UFQs. UFQs are unfinished quilts. So if you're new to the group, um, the month of November and December, I am trying to finish some of my unfinished quilts. Usually in this group, we do quilt-alongs, but at this time, I thought it would be great to encourage one another to finish things that we have not finished, because I know a lot of quilters love cutting into new projects, and we just have a stack of unfinished quilts. So that's what I'm doing this November and December. If you jump on, make sure to say hi so I can make sure I can see comments. This is a live video on Instagram or Facebook. So if there's a live up in that corner, red live, it means the video is live. If that is gone, that means you're watching a replay. And I will upload this to my YouTube channel as well later. So far, I have gotten my list printed. I know some people are just joining. It's not too late to join. You know, write out your list of projects and prioritize what you think that you could finish quickly. That might be something good to start with first. That's what I did. All I had left on my Cloudy Day quilt sampler was quilting and binding. So I finished quilting it. And then I made the binding on Monday. I decided to go with scrappy binding, which I kind of folded it so you could see all the different pretty colors and fabrics. So I'm almost done. I've been hand binding it. Started hand binding it yesterday. And then I sewed it to the quilt on Tuesday morning. And then Wednesday I was sick, so I just slept all day, and I wasn't able to do any sewing. And so then Thursday I was still kind of recovering, so I was able to just do a little cleaning, and I was able to sew a bunch of the binding on. So I just have about half of one side to finish, and then I can check that box off. I'm so excited. What are you guys working on? Let me know what you guys are working on. Next on my list, that is basically my blocks are finished, my top is finished, it is basted, is this one right behind me. I basted it, I don't even know. So we had a quilt along for this Happy Flower Garden quilt in this group. I don't even know, man. It's been a while. So I did this with the group when we did the quilt along, and I basted it, and I was all like, oh, I'm gonna quilt it, and I just rolled it up and put it in my sewing area, and it's been rolled up since then. So this one should be pretty quick. Baby quilts are really fast to quilt. I might just do straight line from top to bottom. This is the baby size, so it's actually sideways right now. So it will fit on the screen. But I think I'll probably either do straight line with my walking foot, or I may, the original one that I made for myself, I drew a line from the top to the bottom, like a wavy line like this, and I kind of echoed that line 1 inch apart. I may do that because the flowers, I kind of like movement with the flowers. Hi, Becca. I'm quilting a throw unfinished object for my husband for Christmas. Oh, that's awesome. I think sometimes when you have a recipient in mind, that kind of gets me to finish things a little quicker. If I have no recipient in mind, that's when they seem to start piling up. And so that's awesome that you're going to make that for your husband. I'm sure he will love it. What else are other people making? I've seen other people in the group posting. Great progress, guys. I'm so excited for you to finish some quilts up. I know some people are just starting out and just filling out their form. You know, you don't have to stop finishing your unfinished quilts after December. I would just doing that as kind of a challenge in this group, since the next quilt along will probably be in January. So, you know, to keep everybody crafty during the busy season, just take 5-10 minutes a day and work on something. My goal was 1 hour a week, but then I realized if I only do 1 hour, I'm not going to make very much progress. And since I try to sew at least every single morning, so my husband leaves, and so about 5:30 to 7:30, I have a little bit of free time before the kids wake up. And so I choose not to do any household chores during that time. I choose to sew during that time. So it kind of uninterrupted sewing time is good. And then once the kids wake up, I get them ready for school, and then I do my household chores. I don't usually get much time while they're at school to sew. Um, unless I manage my time wisely. And then sometimes I do get a few minutes. Like I wasn't feeling well yesterday, so I just did dishes, I think, and I did laundry yesterday. That's what I did. I had like 3 loads of laundry, and in between folding laundry and washing laundry, I sewed the binding for my Cloudy Day quilt sampler. So I just have the one side left because usually that takes a few hours to do. That's a 72 by 72. That's a free pattern on my website if you didn't see last week's video. That was a quilt along that we did in this group too. It's a pretty easy block pattern too. So after I'm done doing the binding, my goal is to quilt this up hopefully next week and then do the binding. The only problem is I was going to do the binding in this Perusian Kona cotton, and I realized I actually snagged that and used that for my Left the Nest quilt. So I don't have any of that left. So I'm going to have to see if I have anything in my stash that I can bind it with. If not, I'll have to order some of that from my online shop that I usually order from, so that I can get that in so I can bind it. If not, while I'm waiting for the binding, I'll just go to the next quilt. Because I have after this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 tops that are 3 tops that are completed, 1 top that is like in 4 sections that I need to sew together. And then I have 2 quilts that I want to cut out. I have a baby shower, I think in February, that I need to get a quilt done by. So that one's kind of last on my priority, but I would like to start cutting into that this month. Let me know what you guys are working on. I know there's a few people on here. You guys, I can see. It says up in my corner how many people are watching. The other thing I worked on this week was my pot holders. On Instagram, I went through each step of adding the binding, and I saved it to my highlights on Instagram because some Instagram people don't have Facebook. But we did a pot holder quilt along. That was the very first quilt along in this group. So if you wanted to see the tutorial videos for each block or how to construct the loop, you can go to the video section in this group, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and all the videos for the pot holder quilt along are in there. Currently, I'm trying to upload those to my YouTube channel, and then I take them and I embed them on my blog posts so that you'll see the blog post and you'll have that YouTube video all in one. It takes a while though. Like for some reason, my computer will only let me upload 1 video a day from my Facebook. So sometimes I have to, or the next one will just take a long time. I'm not sure why. I might have to like figure something out. But this is a free pot holder pattern too. It has 6 different blocks, and it has a method for using binding and no binding. So you should go check that out. They make great gifts. So yeah, I have 5 sets that I need to finish. After I do the loops, I'm going to hand bind those. So hopefully I can work on those next week. You love doing binding, Diane? I do too. I like hand. Do you like to machine sew down your binding, or do you like to hand sew down your binding? I like to hand sew down it. I've tried to machine sew it once and it didn't turn out very pretty. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stick with hand binding. It's nice and relaxing. I do it while I'm watching a show. Like I'll watch a show with the kids or a show by myself and just go away. That might be why it takes me a while to finish binding. If I wasn't watching a show, maybe it would take less time. And yes, I think hand binding is relaxing too, Diane. What else are you guys working on? So I just got the pot holders and then finish my cloudy day and then start my happy flower. And then maybe I will cut into a new quilt. I just kind of wanted to get a few quilts done before I started cutting out a new quilt. Lenora says already downloaded the pot holder pattern. Awesome. I thought it was a lot of fun making it as a quilt along. I just like making them sometimes just because it's a quick, easy project. And if you do have somebody in mind, like my sister, she made some pot holders for my brother for their part of their wedding present. And so it's like that's kind of a nice wedding present, you know, or a housewarming present, or wedding shower, any kind of gift, like just what is it called, a hostess gift. It makes a nice little gift. I like them. So go check that pattern out. I guess there's not much else for me to talk about today since you guys aren't telling me what you're working on. Make sure to post in the group pictures of what you're working on. You can post throughout the week. I've noticed other people are doing this. Post, I finished this, or I'm working on this. It encourages other people to be like, oh, they're getting stuff done. That's awesome. And then encourages you to get stuff done too. So even if you could just take 5 minutes out of the day to do a little bit of hand binding, 5 minutes a day just to pin up something, eventually the progress will add up and you will have a finished quilt. I will probably get on here. I think afternoon works best for most people. So I'll probably jump on here next Friday at 1 p.m. again. If that time changes, I will put it in the event. I usually post an event in the Facebook group telling you when I'm going to jump on to chat with you guys. I just kind of want to jump on and encourage you guys to finish those quilts. I'm really excited. Every time I see somebody post that they finished one, that makes me excited for them. It makes me excited for everyone. It's really encouraging. So I hope you guys can get some sewing time this weekend and get some things done, get some boxes checked off. Hopefully I can check this last box, the binding, off of my number 1 tonight. I'm hoping tonight I can finish that. It shouldn't take too long. And then I can hopefully quilt that. Might not be able to quilt it this weekend. I think we have company coming over, so I probably won't be able to quilt it this weekend, but maybe. We'll see. If not, maybe I can do some hand binding on my pot holders. So you guys have a great weekend. Oh, missed a comment. Hi, Cindy. You're at dinner? We'll watch replay later. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's because it's a little later, huh? So I will see you guys next Friday. Have a great day.